All right, welcome back to the PPA Baird Wealth Management Open, Cincinnati, Ohio. Mixed doubles day, and that means next up we have the #1 seed once again on center court, Lucy Kovalova, Matt Wright, going to be taking on the #8 seed, Spencer Smith and Allyce Jones. We got to see all these players come out and play already. They all look very comfortable, dominant in their performances. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, 100%. I think we're in for a much closer match than what we've seen in some of ours. You know, to me, I think, Allyce Jones is such a fighter. She has had wins over Matt and Lucy before. I think she was playing with somebody other than Spencer, but he's certainly a top player himself. To me, I just think it's going to come down to how much can Spencer and Allyce make Matt and Lucy earn their points. In their previous match, Matt and Lucy were able to hit a lot of third-shot drives, get a lot of cheap points. They may look to do that early on, but if Allyce can be solid with her initial volleys, I think we're going to see a lot more kitchen play, where I think it's going to be very close and very competitive. So excited to see how this one plays out.
That's right. And our lead referee, David Stewart, going to be checking paddles and going over all the pregame introductions with our second referee, Laura Smart. So they'll be down there calling the match as we look to see Spencer Smith and Allyce Jones take on the #1 seed, Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. Biggest thing playing against probably some of the best teams in the world. Cut down on those errors on the easy ones.
Yeah, no, 100%. Obviously, you want to play a clean game, and it's that line that you have to walk where, you want to try to exploit weaknesses in your opponents. But really, at this level, I think you start out and you just play to your strengths. You do what you do well. At this level, so much of it comes down to your own execution. You can be a strategic genius, but if you don't know how to keep the ball in play and play to your strengths, you're going to be on your heels. So we'll see if Spencer and Allyce can come out firing here. They're both great defensive players. I expect to see the scrappiness. Allyce Jones is known for some of her highlight reel diving saves, and Spencer is just a very calculated, smooth player. So anytime you're playing, the #1 seed, you're going to have to play your very best. But I think they're certainly capable of making Matt and Lucy feel some pressure here.
That's right. The crowd continues to file in here at the Linder Family Tennis Center. Beautiful facility. Great day for pickleball. And we've already seen some incredible matches. Allyce Jones, Spencer Smith out of Utah. And Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright both out of Wichita, Kansas. Plenty of practice for these players amongst themselves. Where they're from. Quite a luxury, considering many partnerships come from different places around the country. Some of your partners are in Michigan. You might be in Florida. It's kind of hard to get that. So
absolutely, anytime that you can be able to get those extra reps with your partner, certainly helps you have that chemistry on court that's so crucial.
That's right. Well, game 1 coming up. Don't go anywhere. #1 seed, #8 seed. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. PPA Baird Wealth Management Open. These guys are getting ready to go. Spencer Smith, Allyce Jones, getting ready to take on the #1 seed, Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. Our lead referee, David Stewart's getting them all together. And game #1's about to start. Looks like Spencer and Allyce will be serving first.
Crowd's getting excited. We're midday here. Music's going. Everybody's excited to see the best put on a show here.
Game 1. Allyce Jones, Spencer Smith. Serving to Lucy Kovalova, Matt Wright. Time in. Allyce, thank you.
Allyce having to correct the referee. It's not Allyce, folks. It's Allyce.
0-0-2.
Allyce Jones.
Point.
And Matt Wright just putting it to the left side of Spencer Smith, unable to get that ball.
Yeah, kind of catching Spencer leaning towards the middle. Very high-level smart shot by Matt there.
Second serve.
So just like in their last match, they're starting out with that drive early, going to test the
0-0-2.
quality of the counter punching by Allyce.
Side out.
And she's up to the task early on. Side out here.
0-0-1.
And little love there from the net.
Second serve. 0-0-2.
Spencer Smith to serve.
Side out.
Not a bad idea by Spencer there. Saw that was a little short on the return. Just
0-0-1.
wasn't able to hit his spot there on the drive.
And going for a big angle there. And a little wide. Wanting to make sure that Matt doesn't get it. He succeeded. He also,
right. He did put it out of his reach, to be fair.
But also missed the court. So
1-0-1.
that gives Matt and Lucy first point.
Point.
And then jamming Allyce Jones there with the drive.
2-0-1. Second serve.
And a little bit of an ambitious move by Matt Wright, trying to take that ball from his shoelaces.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's definitely in his skill set to flick, but that ball was exceptionally low. Can probably wait for a better opportunity.
Side out.
And a much needed side out for Allyce Jones and Spencer Smith early here.
0-2-1. Second serve. 0-0-2. Excuse me. Correction. 0-2-2.
A little correction from the referee. 0-2-2.
Side out.
And coming out a little flat here so far is Spencer Smith and Allyce Jones that look to get going.
2-0-1.
It can take a couple points. And a lot of pressure, though, is applied from Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright.
Yeah, and that's just great anticipation by Matt there, knowing that ball's popped up, knowing it's challenging for Spencer to attack that back across, plugs himself in the middle and is able to stick that volley.
Crowd giving Allyce Jones a little bit of love, as was the net, as she was able to hit the top of it, get it right past Matt Wright.
To be fair, I think she had Matt fooled either way. It was a great deception on that attack. Sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, but if you can make it look like a dink, it can enhance the effectiveness of the shot.
Nice little 1-2 combo from Spencer Smith, using the first ball to attack. You can see it on replay. And finally puts it away.
0-3-1.
And great spot there from Allyce Jones. Jammed Matt, but able to kind of flick that sucker down as he does a nice little finger wag.
Yeah, she went with that intentionally high misdirection attack, but Matt was able to get his paddle on top of the ball and get down on that volley. Not an easy shot there.
Side out.
Yeah, we see that attack by Matt going at Spencer's inside hip. Wasn't really sure to play that as a forehand or a backhand. Great location.
And great shot right down the middle from Spencer Smith. As he looks to get going here, but gonna have to hold one more time.
3-0-2.
3-0-2, Lucy Kovalova to serve. And again, the same spot right on that left shoulder of Spencer Smith. Matt Wright puts it on a dime.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of daylight to work with, but he thread the needle well and was able to jam Spencer there.
I'll recall the score. 4-0-2. Point.
And another point awarded to Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova, coming in at 5-0. And after game one, don't go anywhere. We're going to make sure to send you over to Dave Benz and Dave Fleming at the Tennis Channel studio.
Side out.
As Allyce Jones goes into the wall, trying to chase down that lob.
I don't think she's seen a ball that she believes she can't reach, so she will give 100% effort all the time. Love that about her. Yeah, and you see the pressure that Matt's able to put on them. Just about every time he's got a neutral dink in the middle with his forehand, he's either speeding it up or heavily moving that ball around. It's kind of challenging for Allyce and Spencer to keep it away from that location.
A great flick from Matt Wright. Check it out right here. Looks one way, goes right behind Spencer Smith.
Yeah,
once again.
Knows that Spencer has to cover middle, goes back behind him.
Point.
And a little miscommunication leads to a missed dink from Spencer Smith. And Matt and Lucy looking very dominant here early.
Second serve. 6-0-2.
And tried the shake and bake once again. Matt trying to set Lucy up for a clean winner. Unable to execute on that play.
I think Matt and Lucy are doing a good job of varying their tempo right now, mixing up between offense and defense.
Second serve.
And Allyce Jones knowing she had it set up for herself.
She saw that opening. It's tough to react in time, though, even when you do have an alley to work with.
Side out. Six, 0-1.
And she doesn't miss that one. Another opportunity for her, just takes full advantage.
6-0-2.
And somehow gets the first. There's a nice little fist pump from Matt Wright. Puts it right up to him. You can see it right here. Overhead slam.
7-0-2.
That puts us at 7-0-2.
Point. Timeout.
And there's the paddle drop. There goes Allyce Jones.
And that's sometimes the pressure that you don't realize when you're watching, is that's a small target for Allyce to try to take that through Matt. Easier said than done to make that shot.
That's right. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to the PPA Baird Wealth Management Open. Johnny Pickleball Andrews joined with me as Kyle McKenzie. And we're getting right back to the action. The crowd is loving it, pumped up here to watch the #1 seed, Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova, take on the #8 seed, Spencer Smith and Allyce Jones. Spencer and Allyce have their work cut out for them for sure.
Yeah, Matt and Lucy are rolling at the moment, playing very, very high-level pickleball.
Side out.
And so great timeout taken to kill that momentum.
0-8-1. Second serve.
Allyce pretty frustrated with herself. That's normally a shot that she would make. See if they can get a little momentum here.
Side out.
And that ball landing in.
Oh, did she make that? Oh my gosh. And you see it's not the speed of that shot. That misdirection shot is all about getting your opponent to lean middle and throw that ball back up the line.
Second serve.
And Matt Wright a little short on that ball.
8-0-2. Side out.
Lucy trying to add a little extra top spin on that dink out of the air. Just barely clipped the tape. Side out here.
Point.
And that is a much needed point as the crowd gives them some love.
1-8-1.
They are on the board, 1-8. Make it 2.
Sometimes getting just that first cheap point gets the monkey off your back. You're able to play a little freer, and I love that lob choice by Allyce. I hope she uses that more as the match progresses here.
Second serve.
Matt and Lucy are so tough at the kitchen line. Anytime you can push them off that line, it's a play you want to be looking to use.
And that ball sails just long. She tries to go behind Matt Wright.
8-2-1. Second serve. 8-2-2.
Spencer Smith finding a two-handed backhand on Lucy Kovalova, not once, but twice. There it goes.
You can see why that's Lucy's signature shot. Pretty impressive there.
Point.
And Allyce Jones just trying to get something going here.
I don't hate the attempt. It was definitely not a bad time to speed that ball up. And, you got to take chances somewhere.
That's right, and here we go, game point. There it goes, little awkward ending to the game there, but they get it done. Game 1 in the books. Johnny Pickleball Andrews, Kyle McKenzie. We're going to be sending it over to the Tennis Channel studio with Dave Benz and Dave Fleming. Kyle, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
And back in Mason, Ohio, Dave Benz, Dave Fleming from the Tennis Channel studios jumping in now to continue the coverage you've been watching of this mixed quarterfinal, Baird Wealth Management Open. And Dave, it's been a pretty impressive start to this quarterfinal matchup for Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright, a dominant 11-2 win in game 1.
Yeah, the top seed's off and running. We'll see if they can keep that up here.
So Kovalova and Wright on the right side of your screen. That's a look at the #1 ranked doubles team right now. And Jones and Smith on the left side of the screen. Little dink there by Wright.
Second serve.
Smith unable to get it back over, so we'll move to the second serve.
Yeah, and Allyce Jones is a crowd favorite. She's going to be diving all over the place. She will make this entertaining. They had some very good points in game 1, but just couldn't get on the board and were down big early, but came around and got a couple at the end, but they got to go and get to a much better start here in game 2. And Matt Wright is building on his most impressive performance of his career from where I sit in the men's doubles from Tournament of Champions. He played phenomenally, and that is carrying over, and I'm sure Lucy's loving that into the mixed matches here today.
Yeah, Matt just seems to be getting better and better. Lucy gets handcuffed there, so let him move to the second server. And those of you new to the sport of pickleball watching on Tennis Channel, each side in doubles gets 2 serves, well, more than 2 serves if you want to point, but each player on each side gets an opportunity to serve before there's a side out and a switch of serve.
And you saw that Smith and Jones changed their positioning there. They sent Allyce over to the left side of the court, and they're going to do that again here. And that is a great attack by Allyce. You'll see Lucy Kovalova always holds her backhand in the middle, so you want to attack the right side of her body. The danger is the sideline is in play. Great job by Jones of keeping that in the court. So
that was the side out, and now they're going to break the first serve, so it'll move to the second server now. It'll stay 0, 2, and 2 is the third number. So
0, 2, 2.
Not quite as confusing in the singles play if you caught coverage yesterday, because it's straight up just the score with the servers score first when they announce it. How about that quick reaction to get out of the way? Nice job there by Jones. Good help from her teammate Smith as well, telling her to get that it was going to be long.
Go full matrix now, and she did it.
Smith and Jones able to get up to the kitchen line. Kovalova, how about that backhand? Two-handed to be able to finish off that exchange.
Yeah, that's her signature shot. Not today is what she says when she hits it. And, you know, again, keeping your opponent's back is the key. You saw Matt Wright do that throughout. And then Lucy gets the highlight reel finish.
Kovalova and Wright both coming out of the Kansas area as they're facing the Jones and Smith tandem, both out of the Utah area.
Yeah, Wichita v. Utah here.
Lucy sends it into the net.
And you saw in that last rally before that point that Jones, being on the left side, had an opportunity in the middle, but just couldn't get there.
Love
and how cool is this, Dave?
The synced up net cams. And that's hit long, so the point for Kovalova and Wright puts them up 4-1. Starting to get some breathing room here. It is best 2 out of 3. All the games 2-11, got to win by 2. And Wright unable to return that offering from Smith. That'll result in this side out.
Actually overran it there.
4-1.
Got in a little bit too close on it. The lob, and Wright was ready for that overhand.
And that's coming from a volleyball star, Allyce Jones. So big spike, and Matt Wright said, bring it. That's tremendous hands.
Yeah, Allyce Jones, a very diverse background athletically. She also played softball from Pleasant Grove, Utah. Tennis champion, volleyball state champion. Didn't apparently win anything in softball, but she enjoyed playing it. And how about that, Matt Wright with authority putting that exchange away.
Yeah, so Jones and Smith are trying to figure it out. You saw them switch back to Allyce being on the right side of the court. That didn't work, so they're going to stick with that for now.
Matt Wright with the Ernie and the finish. Actually, that's a Burt, because so it is technically an Ernie, but they call it a Burt when you take it on the other player's side.
Yeah, you got to have love for Sesame Street, Dave. So that is the cool kids term and the correct term for that shot. So
actually, I would love to know. I don't know what the origins are of Burt and Ernie, like in terms of how those names got applied.
I will happily share that. So
well, you're gonna have to wait till the other side of the break. We got to pay some bills, but we'll be back to the Baird Wealth Management Open after this timeout. 6-2 in favor of Kovalova and Wright after the timeout being taken by Smith and Jones. All right, Mr. Fleming, do tell the origins of Burt and Ernie.
So, Ernie Perry, E-R-N-E, was the first to do that move, and that jumping over the kitchen on your side of the court was named after him. So literally named after Mr. Ernie Perry.
Great backhand there.
The Sesame Street is where the Burt comes from. So the idea of the creativity of being able to jump in front of your partner and take a ball as you fly over the kitchen is Ernie and Burt. So
well, and Burt always did strike me as the more selfish of the two.
Absolutely. So I can tell you how to get to Sesame Street, and that's by jumping over the kitchen.
Well, right now, Kovalova and Wright just trying to get to the semifinals, and it's been all rainbows and sunshine for them so far against Jones and Smith. That is wide, though.
Yeah, winner of this gets a very talented Jesse Irvin and Jay DeVilliers in the next one. So a foreboding opponent awaits.
2-7-2, make it 2-7-1, make it 3-7-1.
3-7-1.
4-7-1. Little bit of a rally being shown here by Jones and Smith.
Yeah, and we talked a lot yesterday about how fast or slow people play. As this rally continues, Jones and Smith are going to want to run to the kitchen line.
Boy, how about the exchange right there? Finally hitting in the net by Kovalova, but there were impressive shots on both sides.
No doubt, and Matt Wright is known for the lob that you see right there, but that quickness of Allyce Jones to get back, and then great job by Spencer Smith of filling in and taking over that point.
Great call by Matt Wright saying no. Lucy gets out of the way. That'll make it 5-7-2. Smith now will take over the serve. Make it 6-7-2.
And Matt Wright with some disgust there, swatting the air after losing that exchange, heads up with Allyce Jones. Yeah! And he quickly has an answer to that with an extra little yell there. See this from Allyce Jones. Tried to take over herself, but abandoned the court to her right.
Great put away there by Kovalova.
Yeah, sometimes your lob is just a law, and that got punished. Two very talented tennis players you see on your screen there. Matt Wright played for Michigan.
The ATP attempted there, but not executed the way that Jones was hoping.
Yeah, you got to shape that a little bit when you're on your forehand side to sort of curve it or curl it in, and she just hit it flat and straight. Ends up short of the sideline.
Those of you not familiar with the vernacular, ATP just simply stands for around the post. You do not have to have the ball actually go over the net. If you're able to hit it around the side and have it land in the other court, then it's considered a legal shot. That's going to make it 10-6, and a timeout being taken by Jones and Smith as they are facing the wrong end of a match point. We should note that the official for this match is David Stewart.
who is doing just fine. For those of you that saw him have a little incident, he is doing fine, and we're thrilled to see him back on the court.
Yeah, he collapsed on the court yesterday and just needed a little bit of rest and a little bit of water, and turned out to be A-okay, and we're so happy for that. And that is going to do it. Match point for Kovalova and Wright. They win at 11-2, 11-6, and they move on easily to the semifinals, where they will have waiting, as you mentioned, Jesse Urban and Jay DeVilliers.
And look at Lucy Kovalova steal the lob thunder there at the end. Throws a beauty up in the air. There was some confusion. And the lob just gets your opponent off the line and sets you up. That's a great ball by Lucy there. So impressive win for Kovalova and Wright.
All right, so here's a look at the draw in the Baird Wealth Management Open Mixed Doubles. Allyce Waters and Ben Johns will take on Irina Tereshchenko and Patrick Smith. That's going to be the next match we'll bring you here on Tennis Channel for the final spot in the semifinals. And Allyce Waters and Ben Johns, you're talking about the two premier players, but not technically the #1 seed in this tournament.
No, they're not. The points, and this is a Grand Slam, so more points, more prize money. They are behind the team that we just saw, who has done very well consistently throughout the year. These two are coming for that. The interesting thing about this match is Tereshchenko and Smith haven't played yet today.
The team they were supposed to play in the first round was Lee Waters, Annalie's mother, and Tyson McGuffin, but they withdrew because of cramping from Tyson McGuffin. More on the mixed doubles and more from Tennis Channel after this timeout.